What's up, everyone? Happy Football Friday. Got a really solid slate, especially in college football, but of course, NFL rolls on week 7 this week as well. We got the ALCS going on right now, NLCS kicking off tonight as well. Dodgers up looking to sweep there, but pretty solid game here for ALCS game 5, tied at 0 in the bottom second. Monday Night Football, we had the Falcons 24 over the Bills 14, and Seattle Mariners just take the lead 1-0. Eugenio Suarez taking a solo shot there, 1-0. Falcons upsetting the Bills, though, on Monday night. Michael Penix really good, 62.5%, 250, a touchdown. Josh Allen struggled all night, couldn't get protection, didn't have many people to throw to either, 57.7%, 182 touchdowns, 2 picks, 6 carries, 42 yards. Dalton Kincaid out of this game. Josh Palmer got injured during this game, and it looked like Josh just didn't really, trust a lot of his receivers other than Khalil Shakir. But this game was all about Bijan Robinson. I mean, it was his essentially coming out party, although he's been in the league for a couple of years now. Just an incredible game. 19 carries, 178.9 yards per carry. Helped out there by 81-yard touchdown run. 6 catches on 8 targets for 68 yards. That's 238 scrimmage yards and a score on 25 touches there. Drake London, he led the game in receiving. He also had a massive night for Atlanta. Kind of like Josh Allen. Literally, Michael Penix looked almost to 0 other people. Drake London, 16 targets, caught 10 for 158. And defensively, how can you not go with the Falcons corner D. Alford, 6 tackles, 4 solos, a sack, tackle for loss, 3 passes defense, QB hit, and a pick. Incredible night for the Atlanta Falcons as they move to 3-2, getting closer to the Bucs in the NFC South. And the Bills now are in second behind the Patriots because they just got beat by them on Thursday night, last Sunday night football there. The other Monday night game we had, the Bears comeback game winner, 25-24 over the Commanders. Caleb Williams, has had better nights, but did enough, 58.6%, 252, a touchdown and a rushing score as well. First touchdown of the game there, cashed that in for $200. Jaden Daniels, he was very efficient, pretty good all night, 73.1%, 211, 3 touchdowns, a pick, 10 carries, 52 yards. But the costly fumble that allowed Chicago to get the game-winning field goal. DeAndre Swift, he led the game in rushing. He was up over 100. It's nice reprieve for the Bears. Their rushing attack had not been very good all year, but Washington, one of the worst defenses in the league. So Swift getting some good work in. 14 carries, 108, 2 catches for 67, and a score. Chris Moore, how about that? Led the game in receiving for Washington. Caught 3 of his 5 targets, 46 yards, and a touchdown. And defensively, I'm going with Washington linebacker Frankie Louvu, 6 tackles, 4 solos, a sack, tackle for loss, pass defense, and a QB hit. Of course, cannot get out of this game without mentioning the man of the game, Jake Moody, filling in for injured Cairo Santos. Moody coming in from his San Francisco days, 4 of 5 on his field goals, 80%, 48 long, one hit his only extra point attempt, and the game-winning 38-yard field goal. Bears plus 5.5. They went outright over 48.5 by the hook, 49 there. Last night, Bengals upsetting the Steelers 33-31 as primetime slate full of upsets of the Falcons, Bears, and Bengals all winning outright as underdogs there. And Joe Flacco was just fantastic. 66%, 342, 3 touchdowns. Just crushing the Steelers defensively all night with the passing game. They were also able to run it. Chase Brown, he was up over 111 for 108, 2 catches for -8 yards there. Aaron Rodgers, though, this was vintage A-Rod as well, 67.6%, 249, 4 tuds, 2 picks, though. And a couple things here. So, one, I was pissed. Aaron Rodgers 1 yard short of the Elias play on Bet365, so that kind of sucked. 2 interceptions, okay? Both I don't think were the greatest. The one to DK, or the first one that he threw to DK, because both of them were to DK that he got picked on. But the first one, I don't know what he was doing. He way overthrew DK. I don't know if DK stopped or what happened, but that one was not a good interception at all. The second one, I did not agree at all. It's not me being a Steelers fan. I don't know why more people didn't talk about when DJ Turner hit the ground. I think it was DJ Turner on that one. When he hit the ground, I thought he had to survive the ground, and I thought the ball moved when he hit the ground. That's why I thought it was incomplete pass. The officials didn't say that. And what I thought was kind of, I don't know, sketchy. They didn't run the film. They continuously did not run the film through the ground to look to see if he hit the ground and the ball came loose. The replays that they showed on the broadcast continued to not show that. They stopped right when he hit the ground. So I'm just saying that's kind of, I don't know, sketchy to me. Just saying, NFL. Just saying. But the Steelers, though, were able to run the ball. Jalen Warren, thank you, sir, so much for cashing the rushing yards ladder. 16 carries, 127, caught 4 of 5 targets for 31 yards. Big night. This was the Jamar Chase game, though. Just absolutely ridiculous. 23 targets. 23. Caught 16 for 161 and a touchdown. Pat Freiermuth was also over 100 on his long 68-yard touchdown that gave the Steelers the lead 31-30 at the time. Caught 5 of his 6 targets, 111, 2 scores there. T. Higgins also double-digit targets. Caught 6 of his 10 for 96 and a tud. Defensively, I am going to go with the Bengals corner DJ Turner, the guy I mentioned. 1 tackle, it was a solo, 2 pass defense, and 1 of those interceptions. Bengals plus 5.5. They went outright over 44.5, easily 64 in that game. Let's go to college news. Indiana, they have signed head coach Curt Cignetti to a 8-year, $93 million extension, $15 million buyout, up $5 million from his current $10 million contract there. I'm just saying I was surprised at that buyout. It affords Cignetti to, I don't know. I think that there is opportunity there for Cignetti to still leave. I don't think he will, but I do think with that buyout there is opportunity. And the team that was rumored to be interested in him, Penn State QB Drew Aller, he had successful surgery on his broken ankle, so he should be good to go. Hopefully, in a couple months by the start of all the pre-draft kind of stuff going on in next year. UFL news, just one re-signing to mention. My DC Defenders, they have re-signed a integral part of the offense, re-signing running back Abram Smith. So he's been fantastic running the ball. Was a big-time part of their 2023 run to the XFL championship game, and continues to be a good part of their running game. NFL news, Lions, they are going to be without safety Brian Branch. His 1-game suspension from the brawl at the end of the Sunday Night Football Chiefs game was upheld by jointly appointed NFL, NFLPA hearing officer Jordy Nelson, former Packers wide receiver there, and Raiders, by the way. But yeah, Brian Branch, he is out. So Detroit secondary even more shorthanded than they already were with Tyrion Arnold, DJ Reed banged up, and everyone else. Players of the week, AFC offense. Speaking of that Chiefs game, the AFC offensive player of the week was Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes in that one. AFC defense, Broncos edge rusher Jonathan Cooper, 2 sacks in their win over in London. AFC special teams, Chargers kicker Cameron Dicker, 17 points in the Chargers win over the Dolphins. NFC offense, I mentioned him, Falcons running back Bijan Robinson, incredible 170 rushing yards, 68 receiving yards, 238 total on the night. On Monday Night Football there, win over the Bills. NFC defense, Bucks corner Jamel Dean, pretty solid day for him. Interception, forced fumble as the Bucks beat the Niners. And the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week was Panthers rookie kicker Ryan Fitzgerald, undrafted out of Florida State. I really liked him coming out, and he has been solid for Carolina, steadying that force there. And he hit 15 points, I believe, in their win over Dallas. IR, Bengals, tight end Mike Gesicki with a pec injury. Commanders wide receiver Noah Brown with a groin injury. And the Commanders place and the 49ers placing wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling on the list today as well. But guys are coming back, though. IR return, Cardinals first-round rookie defense tackle Walter Nolan III. Titans defense tackle Tavondre Sweat. Chargers edge rusher Khalil Mack coming back from the dislocated elbow. 49ers tight end George Kittle, hamstring. He is likely to play this week. He said he's going to play essentially. Broncos linebacker Drake Greenlaw, and the Steelers, they placed safety Miles Killebrew on IR. I forgot to mention that right before the game last night. Injuries, just want to note Panthers edge rusher Patrick Jones II. He is out for the season. He had to have back surgery. Ins and outs, Lions defense tackle Aleem McNeil. Head coach Dan Campbell saying that he's freaking playing. So I think he's freaking playing on Monday Night Football for Detroit. Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb coming back from, I believe, is an ankle injury. He is good to return this week. Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson with a knee sprain. He is doubtful, unlikely to play there against the Panthers. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua, ankle injury. He is out in their London game against the Jags. Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin, quad injury. He is out again. Cowboys going to be without corner Trayvon Diggs. Had a accident that got him concussed, so he is out. Panthers running back Chuba Hubbard, calf injury. He will play, return after a couple weeks out. And also wide receiver Jalen Coker, hamstring injury. He's going to be activated off IR, make his season debut this week. Bears running back DeAndre Swift with a groin injury. Wide receiver DJ Moore, they are both expected to play for Chicago. Colts wide receiver Josh Downs, corner Shavarius Ward Sr., they are both out. Browns tight end David Njoku, knee injury. He is out. So look for Harold Fannin, the rookie, to get a lot of work in that game against the Dolphins. Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley, hamstring injury. He is out. Alec Manor becomes your number one wide receiver, and they are severely depleted talent-wise at the wide receiver position for Tennessee. And interim head coach Mike McCoy. Giants rookie edge rusher Abdul Carter, hamstring injury. He is questionable. Wide receiver Darius Slayton, hamstring injury. He is doubtful. And center John Michael Schmitz with concussion. He is out. Vikings going to start QB Carson Wentz again, dealing with a shoulder injury, but he will start. JJ McCarthy, the emergency QB3, 1 more week still to go for McCarthy as he returns from his ankle injury. Max Brosmer, rookie, undrafted on Minnesota. He is the backup. Patriots. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs, chest injury. Edge rusher Harold Landry III, ankle. They are both questionable, likely to play, I believe. Chargers, offensive tackle Joe Alt, he is doubtful. Wide receiver Quentin Johnston, on the other hand, is good to go. He is returning after a couple. Cardinals, wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., concussion. He is also going to play. One release, the Ravens. They released safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson for the practice squad. They traded for Alohi Gilman in the Odafe Owe trade. So CJ GJ, he is looking for more work. Signings. One signing. Commanders, they signed Titans wide receiver Traylon Burks to the practice squad likely to be elevated shortly with the wide receiver injuries that they have at that position. College pick standings. Yeah, it's a pretty good week for the boys last week, but I am still on top by one. Even though Jimmy gained a game on me, Logan did not. He is still 2 back, but Jimmy just 1 back. Really solid week, though. Like I said last week, for all of us, it did not start very well. The night games are really where we picked it up because the early games were pretty good. The 3:30 slate was horrendous, and then we picked it up. We won every single night game, every single game since Nebraska that we picked. We won essentially with the Lone Wolves going winless this past week. Logan was 0-2, as was I, and Jimmy was 0-1. Logan's Lone Wolves, he lost Missouri by 3 against Alabama, Auburn by 10 against Georgia. They had 10-0 lead. I don't know. UNT for me got demolished on Friday last week against number 24 USF, 63-36. Maryland losing a close one against Nebraska, 34-31. And Jimmy, his only Lone Wolf, Arizona State, got absolutely demolished by Utah, 42-10. So what do we got this week? Starting out tonight in a couple minutes. Louisville at number 2, Miami. We are all over the Canes. I think they cover. I know Hall of Fame Fund, my boy Shane Trail. He has Louisville. I don't see it. Miami, I just think they're the much better team. Miller Moss, I think, is going to make some mistakes. Miami has that talented duo, Ruben Bain Jr. And Messidor on the ends there. The defense is stout, and Mario Cristobal. Don't play Mario ball in the second half and just run the ball every single play. Let Carson throw the ball, get a big lead, and keep your foot on the gas pedal. This is about style points. Louisville needs to go down big. But make sure you keep it under 51.5. That would be very appreciated, sir. So total is 49.5. I have under 51.5, like I said, but 49.5 total. Let's hope the under hits. 7 p.m. ESPN starting in 2 minutes. Number 25, Nebraska at Minnesota. So yeah, Huskers newly minted top 25 squad. Logan is rolling with the Gophers in this one. I like Nebraska. I don't think the Penn State hype against Matt Rule is going to deter him too much. I think Dylan Raiola and this Huskers offense continues to run. Emmett Johnson has been very effective running the ball. Minnesota, PJ Fleck kind of been running under the radar as a 4-2 squad, but I don't think that they are going to be able to stop Nebraska. And it's going to be a Big Ten, I think, grinded out game, but I think Nebraska wins and potentially covers too. 47.5. Like I said, I lean on the under. 8 p.m. on Fox in about an hour. Tomorrow, number 10, LSU at number 17, Vanderbilt. Yeah. Get used to hearing that sound because Logan went absolutely wild on his Lone Wolves this week in college football. So get used to that. There's going to be a lot of them. But yeah, Logan's rolling Vandy at home. I could have seen it if it would have been a night game. Night games are a lot trickier, I think, in terms of an underdog at home, although they are technically not the underdog. I'm going to go with the higher ranked team, LSU. Garrett Nussmeier, they got to get this thing figured out. I could see Vanderbilt winning for sure. I think the LSU defense keeps them in this game, and Nussmeier and this LSU offense gets it done in crunch time in the fourth quarter. Go Tigers, as Ed Orgeron always said. 48.5 is the total. I'm going to go with the my head is saying under, so under, sure. 12 p.m. on ABC. ACC matchup number 12, Georgia Tech at Duke. Um, Logan's going with the Blue Devils here, the favored unranked team at home, and I can understand why. Georgia Tech's put up a couple stinkers against unranked squads, including Wake Forest. But I still think this Georgia Tech team is a very, very good team under Brent Key. Manny Diaz has a great defense. But where's the offense going to come from for Duke? And against this Tech defense, I just don't see it. I think Haynes King, Jamal Haynes, they are the story, of course, for the Yellow Jackets every week offensively. Those guys are going to ground and pound like they always do. And I think Tech wins it running away. 60 and a half total. I'm going to go with the under because I like these defenses, but 12 p.m. on ESPN. Big Ten matchup, Washington at Michigan. Yeah, Logan picking faves at home here, which I don't fault him. Minnesota was a dog, but 3 straight favorites at home. He is lone wolfing. And this one's close. It started at 6.5 this week. I don't think that 4.5 is enough though. Washington, I like them to cover 6.5. I don't know if they're necessarily going to win this game. I think they're going to stay in it though. This Washington team is very good under Jed Fish and Bryce Underwood. He's lucky he's playing at home because if this was an away game in Seattle, I think Washington definitely wins this game. It's at the big house, so it's going to be tough for Damon Williams and this Washington Huskies team. But give me the Huskies upstart Washington squad. They win, drop Michigan to 3 losses, eliminate the Wolverines from the playoffs. 50 and a half is the total. I'm going to go with the under. These two defenses are stout. 12 p.m. on Fox, big noon kickoff. Arizona at Houston. We're all on the Cougs home dog here. And I just think Houston's better team. Connor Wegman has been balling this season for the Cougars, and they have a really good defense as well. Arizona, I love Noah Fafita, but I just don't think he gets enough help in terms of the offensive line and the running game either. So I'm going to go with Houston at home as a dog and get the win here. 48 and a half total. I like the over in that one. 12 p.m. FS1. Baylor at TCU. Jimmy's going with the road dog Baylor Bears here. And I'm not going to go against TCU. I mean, I have been on them pretty much from the start this year. They have been excellent. Josh Hoover is balling out like I thought he would. Unfortunately, they dropped 2 already, so they thin margins to get to not only the Big 12 championship game, but the college football playoff as well. Sawyer Robertson, not going to lie though, has also played very well for the Bears. I just think TCU is the better team overall. Sonny Dykes gets the win here. Horned Frogs total 65 and a half. That is wild, but I'm going to go the over. This is a classic Big 12 game, big points. 12 p.m. ESPN2. Number 14, Oklahoma at South Carolina. How do the Sooners rebound from their Red River rivalry loss to Texas, to an unranked Texas team? Guess what? They got to go to another difficult place to play in Columbia, South Carolina. I would not be shocked if Lenora Sellers and this Gamecocks team knock off Oklahoma for the second straight week because it's that just trappy vibe, and I don't know. So for that being said, I do really like Oklahoma. I think another week back, especially getting more practice reps than Mateer did last week, I think is going to help. I think that Oklahoma offensively, they're going to get back to what they were prior to Mateer being injured. And that is why they win this game here. Wouldn't be shocked if SC covers, though. The total in this one, 43 and a half. That's ridiculously low. I'm gonna go with the under. Sure. 12:45 p.m. SEC Network. Number 4, Texas A&M at Arkansas. Classic rivalry here. I I'm not. This one is this played at AT&T Stadium? Um. Okay, so it is a home game. They used to play at AT&T Stadium. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, they used to do this at AT&T, but they do not anymore. So, anyways, number 4, Texas A&M at Arkansas. 7.5 for the Aggies. Look, Arkansas has been a disappointment. I think they're a pretty good team. It's just been rough for them in the SEC play. Obviously, the firing of Sam Pittman has not helped. Bobby Petrino 0-1 lost their first game last week, but it was a good fight against Tennessee for sure. Another ranked opponent here in A&M. And I think A&M's just very, very talented. Marcel Reed and Mike Elko have this thing going, and the A&M defense is also going to bottle up Talon Green. I think Arkansas, I think, could cover though potentially. It's low enough or it's high enough, I should say, at 7.5. It's a nice number as well. Get the extra half over the touchdown, but I think it's going to be potentially a close game. But at the same time, I like A&M to win. 58 and a half is the total. I'm going to go with the over. 3:30 ESPN. Go Dogs, baby. Number 5, Georgia. Number 5, Ole Miss, I should say. At number 9, Georgia. 7.5 for the Dogs at home. At this point in the college season, I am not even shocked that Logan's picking against the Georgia Bulldogs because he just hates me. So, anyways, I think this is going to be a very good game. I do lean Ole Miss plus 7.5. I think this game is going to be very, very close. Unfortunately for my heart, but I do think Georgia wins. Of course, at home, Sanford Stadium, difficult place to play. And Georgia is very, very good at home. College game day is going to be there as well. So I think everything sets up for a Georgia technically upset in the rankings, not an upset in the odds, but I think 7.5 is way too much. Ole Miss probably covers that, but Georgia wins eventually. Total's 57.5 here. I like the under. 3:30 on ABC. SEC on ABC. Old Dominion at James Madison, big time Sunbelt East matchup here, right? So the winner of this game essentially is going to control their own destiny to the Sunbelt Championship game. Okay. We are all on JMU, and for good reason. Harrisonburg is a very difficult place to play, and JMU is a very good team there, sort of like I was saying with Georgia. They still have a quality team for JMU. ODU is a upstart program this year. I don't think a lot of people saw them coming like this year. They're offensively very efficient and explosive, but I think JMU they can match that, and they're going to get the win here. Alonzo Barnett and company at home. Totals 47.5. I'm going to go with the under. 3:30 ESPNU. Number 7, Texas Tech at Arizona State. Yeah, I mean this one's interesting. Okay, quarterback wise, who is playing for who? Baron Morton apparently could be potentially out for Tech, but the youngsters, Cameron Dickey at running back and Will Hammond at quarterback, true freshman, they have played outstanding football for the Red Raiders this year. On the other side, Arizona State, I mean, they looked absolutely poultry with Jeff Sims at quarterback last week. Jordan Tyson played and he couldn't get in the ball because they couldn't protect him. I think that's going to be another issue here for Arizona State, protecting whoever is at quarterback, whether Sam Leavitt returns or not. This Texas Tech defense is outstanding, and David Bailey and others. So I think Texas Tech wins, and I think they cover -7, -7.5, whatever you want. 51.5 total. I am going to lean on the under. 4 p.m. on Fox. Yeah, I don't know why I do this to myself, putting Penn State in here. Penn State at Iowa. First game under interim head coach Terry Smith. Iowa, they are looking very good right now. Mark Gronowski has his team rolling. This defense is the defense, right? This is Iowa's Kinnick Stadium at night. It's going to be a very difficult test for Penn State without James Franklin. And I believe it's going to be Ethan Grunkmeyer is should be the starter, I believe. Yeah, Ethan Grunkmeyer is going to be the starter. So it's going to be interesting. They're going to run the ball. They have to keep the pressure off of the young QB. But yeah, that's how they got to do it here in order to have a chance in this game. I think Iowa wins. I think Iowa covers. 40.5. What a fantastic total that is. Under 7 p.m. on Peacock. Big time matchup in Tuscaloosa. Number 11 Tennessee at number 6 Alabama. Bama getting 8.5 at home, and I like them. I like them to cover. I like Bama to win and win easily. I do not think this Tennessee defense is going to be able to stop Ty Simpson and Jam Miller offensively for the Tide, while Joey Aguilar is, I think, going to struggle here against this Tide defense that has been outstanding as of late. So give us the Tide, give everyone the Tide here, and they win at home at a night game, Tuscaloosa. Night game also factors in a lot. 59.5 is the total. I'm going to roll with the under 7:30 on ABC. Another ranked matchup here, number 20 USC at number 13 Notre Dame. Yeah, Jimmy's going against his people here. I know he hates Notre Dame so much, though. So I like the Irish, and I'm split on whether they're going to cover or not. 9.5 is a tricky one. I think, a play for Notre Dame to cover, and I have a play for USC to cover. So it's up in the air, I think, in terms of spread. But USC is down their top 2 running backs, right? So I just don't know where that production comes in the running game. And it was going to be a struggle to run against this Irish front 7 anyways. So I think really if USC is going to win, they got to throw it. They got to throw it against the secondary here of Notre Dame. And Jaden Maiava, I think, is going to have to win this game by himself. The USC defense also has to step up like it did very well against Michigan last week. I just think it's going to be too tall of a task going into South Bend, shorthanded at the running back position. I just think Notre Dame, CJ Carr, they are going to win this game because it's at home, essentially. 60.5 is the total. I like the over. 7:30, NBC and Peacock. This game could end up kind of like the Notre Dame A&M game, I think, potentially, which Notre Dame did lose. But, yeah. Number 16, Missouri. At Auburn. Yeah. Yeah, Mizzou getting 1.5 on the road. Weird stuff happens at Jordan Hare. And it did last week, okay? It did. Unfortunately for Auburn, it happened against them. The fumble at the goal line for Jackson Arnold that many people didn't think was a fumble, including the announcers. I thought it was a fumble. You could clearly see before he breaks the plane, the ball got knocked out. That's just me. Maybe it's my Georgia fandom. I don't know. People are going to say that anyways. But I think this one's going to be a good game. Auburn defensively has been very good, but so has Missouri. Missouri took Alabama to the brink last week in Columbia. I think that Mizzou's really good. I like Bo Pribula, man. He has been balling out, had some struggles last week through interceptions, but I think they right it this week. Get the running game going again with Ahmad Hardy and that Mizzou offensive line. I think the Missouri Tigers win this one over the Auburn Tigers. Mizzou totals 43.5, really solid. I'm going to go with the over, 745 SEC Network. A massive Big 12 showdown for with Big 12 championship, college football playoff implications here, potential, elimination game potentially. Number 23 Utah at number 15 BYU. Cougars 6-0. They are at home. Provo, Utah, holy war as well here. I like Utah, as does Jimmy and Logan. Look, Devin Dampier had a game against Texas Tech. They got really down, struggled a lot against that defense. But Bear Bachmeier has not played this caliber of a team, yet. So I think that is where the struggles are going to come from. Weird stuff happens in Utah at night, but luckily the other team is from the same state, so they know what happens. I like Utah. Give me Devin Dampier and this Utah Kyle Whittingham veteran-laden squad to get it done over the youngsters of BYU. 49.5 is the total here. I am going to go with the under. 8 p.m. on Fox. FCS game of the week. Number 9, North Dakota at number 12, Southern Illinois. Last game of the week for us. Look, I like this Fighting Hawks team. They should be able to run the ball, keep time of possession, keep talented QB dual threat DJ Williams off the field for the Salukis there. That is how I think UND is going to go in and win this game. Southern Illinois got absolutely demolished last week against number 1 North Dakota State. They're going to want to bounce back, but I think that this UND team, they want to keep ascending here, keep going, and this is almost essentially a playoff elimination game for the Missouri Valley Football Conference here. So whoever wins, probably more than likely not going to be in the playoffs when we start in a month or two, month and a half. This one's 3 p.m. on ESPN Plus. NFL pick standings. Let's get the Louisville-Miami game up here. See where we're at on commercial. Love to see that. But NFL pick standings. Yeah, it was a very good week for the boys last week. Danny blitzing 10-2. And yeah, 10-2 for Danny last week. Got his only lone wolf, the Panthers, upsetting the Cowboys. And his only 2 losses were the Jags losing 8-point game against the Seahawks, and the Lions getting beaten up by the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Jimmy and I were the only other ones with Lone Wolf, and we both lost it. I lost the Dolphins, heartbreaker against the Chargers. I was so close. And then Cardinals for Jimmy, also very close. Jacoby Brissett kept that team in at 27-31 loss to the Colts there. But pretty solid standings, though. Shaking it up here. Danny gained a game on me, and he is now 1 back. I'm 50 win mark for me, so that's good. Louisville up 7-0. E55 to go in the first. Wow. Cardinals on the road up 7. Danny, one game back of me. Logan, he dropped a ton. That is a 3-game swing for Danny up on Logan. So he is now 2 back as I gained 2 games on Logan as well. We were tied at the start of the week. Jimmy, he is now 3 back, and John still trying to come back here, and he's working on it, but still 7 back of the lead for John in last place. London. It is a London Lone Wolf. Yes, sir. Let's go, Jags. Okay, look, this is all about Puka Nacua. Okay, I don't care. I do not trust the Rams offensively without Puka Nacua. I know they have Kyrie Williams. I know they have Devontae Adams. I know they have other guys, but I like the Jags to bounce back. Okay, this team also is going to be struggling defensively. No Devin Lloyd, who is potential defensive player of the year candidate right now. But I like Trevor Lawrence to get this thing going again. Run the ball with Travis Etienne and Bashal Tutin. I think that is how you beat the Rams here. Talented front seven. Nate Landman has been tackling machine, but I think the Jags can get it here, close the gap and keep it close. End up winning potentially Cam Little walk-off field goal here for Jacksonville. And I don't know how everyone else can go against the home team, the Jags, the London Jaguars, right? Total for this one, 44.5. I'm going to go with the under. 9:30 a.m. NFL Network, NFL Plus. Last game in London for the season. Eagles at the Vikes. Rolling with Jimmy's Vikings. Yeah, I mean, I'm scared for sure. But what I'm not scared of is Carson Wentz, right? He's going to be shaking in his boots to play against his former Eagles team. So, yeah, I really like the Eagles to win this one. They got to get it righted, okay? This is going to be a drag-out defensive game, I think. And I'm hoping it's not like the defense of the team on the other side of the state played last night where they just let the star wide receivers go crazy and Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison go wild against this Eagles secondary. But that is probably the way to do it with how stout the Eagles are up front. And they really aren't, actually. When you look at the statistics, they are one of the bottom teams in rush success rate against defensively. So, yeah, it's going to be a struggle. Get this offense going. Run the ball with Saquon Barkley, and I think Philly wins. Louisville forcing a punt. 3 out against Miami. They are looking very, very good and comfortable on the road in Coral Gables. And this looks like a big punt return into Canes territory. Wow. Total's 43.5. I like the under. Panthers at the Jets. Winless the Jets at MetLife. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping one of us would pick the Jets, just because, and but the Panthers are balling right now. Bryce Young is playing well. Chuba Hubbard comes back, so they're gonna have a ultra dynamic duo. They should just run 21 personnel all day because Rico Dowdle has played that well, and Chuba Hubbard has been that good for Carolina the last couple of years. So it's going to be a struggle. Justin Fields should play pretty well against this Carolina defense. They are very good against. They have been good recently against the run. Not as good against the pass, but still, I believe top 10 in passing, fantasy wise. So the Carolina defense has stepped up a lot the last couple of weeks. We'll see what goes down in this one. Total is 41.5. I lean on the under. Raiders at the Chiefs. No one wanted to pick Vegas. I see how it is. I lean Raiders spread, though. Again, double-digit spreads in the NFL. I don't care who is playing. I will always lean that way and potentially pick that way as well because it's just too hard. It's too hard to win, to blow a team out like that in the NFL consistently. So Chiefs won by 13 last week. We'll see if they can win by 13 or more this week. But Patrick Mahomes, he was my preseason MVP. He is I believe, the favorite now for the MVP because this Chiefs offense is absolutely rolling, and they get their best receiver in Rashee Rice back as well from suspension. So I don't think this Raiders secondary is going to know what hit him. I think Patrick Mahomes has a great game, and they were able to run the ball as well. This Raiders defense is not good overall. So, yeah, I think they're able to run the ball with Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, and Chiefs win. Just not sure if they're going to win by enough. Total's 45.5. I like the over. Dolphins at the Browns. Splitsville here. Me and Logan, we are on the Browns train. Yeah, we are on the Browns train, okay? I have been on the Dolphins consistently for the last couple of weeks, and they've let me down time and time again. I'm not going to do it this week, not against this Browns team, right? Defensively, they are very stout. And offensively, I think Dylan Gabriel has a great day against this Miami defense, who is bottom in most categories. So I think they're going to be able to run the ball a lot. Quinshon Judkins should have a really solid day. And Gabriel, despite Njoku missing, I think he's going to be able to get the ball to Fannin, Jerry Jeudy, and others. And that's how they're going to win this game. Play action a lot. Kevin Stefanski gets this game over Mike McDaniel, potentially leaving him go after this game. Wow, what a shock in Miami. Louisville, they are up 2 touchdowns, about to be 14-0 in Coral Gables. 5:09 to go in the first quarter. My goodness. Miami's got a lot of work to do. Total in this game is a nice 36.5. I like the over. Over 36.5. Patriots at the Titans. Talk about overs, okay? Look, Mike Vrabel returns to Nashville, and it is, I don't think, going to be very pretty at all. Interim head coach Mike McCoy trying to keep this thing together here. But look, the Titans are one of the worst teams in many, many categories. They are without their best wide receiver in Calvin Ridley. I don't know how they get open against this Patriots secondary with Christian Gonzalez. Marcus Jones has been incredible this year for the New England secondary. This front seven should be able to get pressure quite easily. Dan Moore Jr. is a sieve at left tackle. They can't protect Cam Ward at all. He has the highest sack rate in the NFL, most sacked quarterback as well. And defensively, I'm not sure if Tavondre Sweat's going to be back this week or not, because he just got activated off IR. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But even if he is, it's going to be a little bit difficult, a lot more difficult to run the ball with Stevenson and Travion Henderson. But throw the ball. I mean, Drake May has been balling out, and I think with Stephon Diggs playing, they should be able to continue to ball out. Him and Kayshon Boutte, Hunter Henry at the tight end position, Demario Douglas out wide as well. I think this Patriots team absolutely smacks Tennessee. -6.5, -20.5. I don't care. I think this Patriots team scoring 40 points. Okay, go bet it. It's plus 1,200 at FanDuel. Go bet 40 over 39.5 team total for New England, because I'm telling you, they're going to put a 40 burger up on Tennessee in Nashville. Mike Vrabel is going to make a freaking statement to this Tennessee organization that you were incorrect in letting me go. And this is why, because this is what kind of team I can put together. So, yeah, I think New England smacks the hell out of Tennessee and gets out of there with a 5-2 record. 42.5 total. I like the over. Saints at the Bears. This one's a tricky one, trappy, but it's in Chicago, so that's why I like the Bears as well. Caleb Williams has been playing extremely well. They got the running game going last week as well, so DeAndre Swift dealing with a little bit of an issue, but he should be okay to go, and they should be able to run the ball effectively against this Saints defense that has not been very good. And I also think secondary-wise, Saints are going to struggle against this high-flying passing attack. Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, DJ Moore playing, which is also very good for them. So, yeah, I like the Bears, and I think they potentially cover. I think they do cover. 46.5. I'm going to go with the under. 405 slate, Colts at the Chargers, split here. Danny and I on the Colts. The rest of the crew on the Chargers, 1.5 for LA at home. And I get it. It's a tough game to pick. Very good records here for both squads. But what I'm seeing with Indianapolis is that they can run the ball effectively. This Chargers defense, I don't think is going to be able to stop Jonathan Taylor as much as they would like. Passing the ball is where I think the Chargers are best at defensively. So I think Michael Pittman and Josh Allen's not playing, so Alec Pierce and co. They're going to have a little bit harder a day. But ultimately, I just think Daniel Jones has played a pretty mistake-free football, and that is not the case for Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has thrown a couple of interceptions so far this year, and obviously the down in the backfield there with Kamani Vidal having an excellent game last week. But that was against Chargers, Dolphins defense that's not very good in most aspects. I like the Colts to kind of shut down Vidal and force Herbert to throw the ball, which is actually better for LA because the Colts struggle in the secondary, especially against the slot, which I think that's why Len McConkey, I think, is going to have a good day. But the Colts ultimately win in a close one. Total for this one's 48.5. I'm going to go with the over. I like a lot of points in that one. Just like last week, 31-27 over the Cards. This one I do not like a lot of points. Giants at the Broncos, okay? We're all in the Broncos, and I think the Giants cover, though. I think this defensively for New York is just going to be a lot to handle for Bo Nix. Now, the secondary is not very good. I think that's where Bo can exploit them. But I think running the ball, it's going to be tough for J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey. So I think Bo Nix really is going to have to win this with the arm. That's why I like Cortland Sutton over 55.5 receiving yards this week. I think that's a really good play against this Giants secondary. On the other side, Jackson Dart's been playing very well. Obviously, lots of rest after that Thursday night game against Philly. But they're not going to be able to run the ball, okay? This Broncos front. And, I mean, they're not going to be able to do a lot. So I do like the Giants cover. I think they can keep it close, keep it within a touchdown. But ultimately, I think the Broncos do win this game. Total is 40.5, and I'm going to go with the under. Couple explosive plays from Miami. They have it now, 2nd and goal, 3.5 to go in the first. 425 slate, Packers at the Cardinals. I lean Cardinals plus 6.5, but I also can see the Packers winning by 7 there. The thing is, it's on the road in Phoenix. So that's why I kind of lean Cards plus 6.5. Also, the way that Jacoby Brissett played last week inspired me as well. The Packers, obviously, better defense than the Colts. But, they didn't really play that well last time they played against the Bengals and allowed Joe Flacco to keep Cincinnati in that game. So I'm interested to see if Jacoby Brissett can do the same thing. Zay Jones had a breakout game last week. Marvin Harrison Jr. is back after the concussion. So, whether it's Kyler Murray or Jacoby Brissett, I think that this Cardinals team should be able to stay in it. Defensively, they've been very good under Jonathan Gannon as well. So I think Cardinals plus 6.5 does have some merit to it. But I don't really like it 100%, so I'll say lean plus 6.5. Total here is 44.5. I like the under. Commanders at the Cowboys. I flip-flopped a couple times here, or actually just once. I originally was on Washington. I have flipped to the Cowboys. I was thinking about going back to Washington, but I have stayed with Dallas. Mark Fletcher, 2-yard touchdown. Kane's on the board, 14-7 here. But yeah, I was originally on Washington. I'm on the Cowboys though now. Biggest thing was CeeDee Lamb. Okay, CeeDee Lamb back. They are going, him and George Pickens, they should torch this Washington secondary that has been abysmal this year. On the flip side, I mean, Jaden Daniels should have a great day. The Cowboys defense has been terrible. This should be a barn burner in Dallas, offensive shootout. Maybe even sort of like the Giants game early in the season there in Dallas, where Russell Wilson threw 450 yards. Cowboys ultimately won that game because Dak Prescott has the number one offense in the league in the Cowboys here. So I think Dak plays well again, and I don't really know who's going to get the stops. It's tough with Trayvon Diggs out now, but Washington. The issue I have with Washington, they're down receivers. Okay, Debo Samuel has been banged up. I believe he's playing though. Terry McLaurin's out. Noah Brown is out. That leaves Debo Samuel and Chris Moore, who led the game in receiving last week, crazily on Monday night against Chicago, and a guy that I think should get more work in Luke McCaffrey. I think he really has come on in year 3, and I think he should get more work. But I like the Cowboys to win this one. Dak Prescott ultimately wins it in the shootout. 54.5 total, over. Easily over. And Sunday Night Football, Falcons at the 49ers. Okay, I am taking the bullet, okay? I'm taking the bullet because we have been sweeping the board with these primetime games, and it hasn't worked out. We lost last 4, okay? On Monday and Thursdays combined. So, I am taking the bullet. I want the 49ers to win. I have season win totals and everything. Division win, winner for them as well. So I want the 49ers to win. I think they will at home. Mac Jones has been playing out of his mind, and he should have a good day against his Atlanta secondary when he doesn't throw against A.J. Terrell. They're still banged up. Ricky Pearsall out for this game. Obviously, Brock Purdy's out as well. Michael Penix, he played well. They ran the ball efficiently with Bijan Robinson. That's scary if you're the 49ers defense without Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. I think the San Fran secondary, though, can get it done enough. Force Michael Penix to throw the ball, lock down on Bijan Robinson, force Penix to throw, and they have the guys in the back end to cover Drake London. So I think that's how the Niners and Robert Saleh is going to play it. But yeah, I'm gonna take the L with Atlanta, and if I win, I win. Sure, I forgot doing it to do it. It's fine. Total here is 47.5, and I'm going to go with the under. Over 820 NBC. Best bets of the week. Yeah, it was a good week. Another 3-0. So last week, I got it done with some really nice plays. I really liked them. Rams minus 7.5 at the Ravens. Yeah, that one started slow. I was scared for that one. 3-3 at halftime. Rams scored 14 unanswered to win the game 17-3 in the second half. So that was good. I got the Cardinals plus 6.5 at the Colts right as well. Jacoby Brissett keeping them in that game. So did the defense. So happy there. And then the Bengals again, double-digit spread plus 14.5 at the Packers. Joe Flacco keeping the Bengals close, losing by 8, I believe the final score was there. So this week I did not take the double-digit spread with the Raiders, but I did take a couple other guys here. Eagles minus 1.5 at the Vikings. That is my least confident play, I would say. I know a couple guys that are on Eagles minus 1 and money line, so I think that supports me and it makes me feel a little bit better about my Eagles minus 1.5. But yeah, I really like Philly. Obviously, go Birds in that game. Browns minus 2.5 against the Dolphins. Now, I was thinking about taking that one out, potentially putting in a different play. I'm trying to think who. I think I was going to go with potentially the Cardinals. Yeah, I think I was going to go with the Cardinals. No, I was going to go with the Giants, actually. The Giants plus 7.5. But I stuck with the Browns here. I like them against the Dolphins team. It's at home as well in Cleveland, so it's going to be a little bit chillier than it is in Miami. So give me the Browns minus 2.5. They win that by 3. And then Patriots minus 6.5 at the Titans. That is my lock of the century. I think the Patriots absolutely, like I said, smashed the hell out of the Tennessee Titans in Vrabel's return. Lock standings. It was a good week last week. Everyone won. Last week, Danny and Logan, they both hit the Broncos, winning in London over the Jets. And Jimmy, John, and we all hit the Steelers. Steelers beating. I'm blanking on who the Steelers beat last week. Beating the Browns. That's right, Browns. Okay, got it. So yeah, John's still leading a half game over Danny because of that Packers Cowboys tie that he had. So John over Danny by half a game. Jimmy's one back. Logan and I are two back currently. Logan and I get back 500 last week. So here we go this week. Danny and Logan, they are together once again. Who would you think of the Packers fans here? Danny has picked the Packers now multiple times, twice, three times. This is his third time picking his Packers this year. Logan has only picked the Packers twice, so he's doing good. I have only picked my teams once, the Eagles, or twice actually. The Eagles 2 weeks ago, Steelers last week. Jimmy has never picked the Vikings yet as a lock, and John has never picked the Seahawks as a lock yet. So there you go. But I am on the Patriots again. I just think this is just the best game of the week. If you want to see a complete ass whooping of NFL. So yeah, give me the Patriots over the Titans. Jimmy's rolling with the Broncos, his lock over the Giants. Like that one. We're all on Denver. A closer one than people think, I think. And John is cursing me and everyone that we picked the Eagles. Luckily, Logan took the bullet and picked the Vikings and a lone wolf. So hopefully John wins as he has the Eagles here. Dog standings. It's a rough week last week, but I got my second win of the week, the year. John got a win as well. We both covered. He got cover with the Cardinals plus 6.5 at the Colts. Or no, I should say Jimmy. Jimmy went 1-1. Yeah, Jimmy is supposed to be flipped with John there. My bad. Yeah, I forgot to switch the names there. But Jimmy is 4-8. John is 3-9. So yeah, Jimmy, he got the cover with the Cards plus 6.5 at the Colts. I got a cover with the Dolphins plus 3.5 against the Chargers. Logan, John, and Danny, they were on Detroit plus 2.5 at the Chiefs. They got beat by 13. So I'm on the come up. 2 wins in a row. 2-2 the last 2 weeks. So yeah, still looking for that outright win here. But Danny's still in the lead here despite 0-2. Jimmy gained a game, but Danny up on Logan by 1. Jimmy is down by 3. John is down by 4, and I am down by 5. A lot of season left, though. So here we go this week. Logan on the Vikings plus 2.5 against the Eagles. Logan just loves to make me mad, so I'm not gonna get into the rage that he wants me to. I'm gonna hold myself back on that one. I am on the Jags plus 3.5 against the Rams. Lone wolf in that one, as is Logan and the Vikings. But I am lone wolfing the Jags in their home stadium, Wembley, in London. So give me the London Jaguars to win that one outright over the Rams. Jimmy and John, they are on the Dolphins plus 2.5 at the Browns. Sorry, you guys are going to lose. I have Browns minus 2.5 as one of my best bets. Logan and I, we are on the Browns in the minority pick there as well. And Danny, he is in the majority pick on the Cowboys, but he is taking them as his dog plus 2.5 against the Commanders in the afternoon game there. And that is the show today. Next week, talking NFL Week 8, we got another Monday Night Football doubleheader. Bucks at the Lions. Think it's going to be a ton of points in that game. Secondary's all banged up for both squads. And the more intriguing game, I think, Texans at the Seahawks. Can the Seahawks win at home? They've struggled under Mike McDonald there so far in his 2 1+ seasons. And then with the Week 8 opener, the Vikings at the Chargers. Finally, a reprieve from divisional matchups we'll see. I don't think that's going to be a sweep game like we've had on these, um, you know, Monday, Thursday games. So we'll see. 0-4, like I said, last 4 Monday, Thursday sweeps. So we need to figure that out. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media at FAA Podcast, Instagram and X, FAA_bets on X as well. FAApodcast.com is a website. Check us out here on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio, and TikTok at FAA.podcast. And we will see y'all back on Monday.